I went to a rally.
A Trump rally?
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. Where?
I was in Raleigh, North Carolina, and it was like 3 days before the election, and I got a notification
You're going to get cooked for that pronunciation of Raleigh, by the way. North Carolina heads in the chat are going to come for you, just so you know.
Raleigh, North Carolina. So I go to this rally, and I wanted to go like undercover, so to speak, but all I brought with me were musical theater t-shirts.
It's not a good
all
cover,
I had.
yeah.
And so like I picked Oklahoma. It felt the closest.
Yeah.
You know, Trump likes cats, apparently. I should have gone with cats.
Yeah.
We got a hat there, you know.
You got a Make
God's
America Great
Gun
Again hat?
Country. No, it was like a little bit like, it was a cooler, like more alty version.
Do you want us to put this out?
Because I was curious. I thought I was like doing what, like, you know, I was like, maybe I'll like see something. I'll learn something. I'll see an insight to why this thing is continuing.
Yeah.
So,
I was like pretty on board until the hat.
Until the hat. What would we want me to go in wearing? What is so true? A podcast hat?
Ideally, yeah. But no, I think just no hat would have been fine too. Buying merch is crazy work.
It was not the official merch. It was a local person, so I was helping small businesses.
It was a local vendor. It was a small business owner in the parking lot.
I think astrology is frustrating because I find myself in circumstances where I don't want to answer the question, what's my sign?
You should just say stop.
Sure.
My sign is stop.
Stop. And then they'll go, classic Leo. Classic Leo. They do that all the time. Oh, you don't believe in astrology? Classic Leo.
And there's a little pride to it. It's the I know what's going on here that you bump against.
Yes. If I came at them with any kind of religious thing, they'd go like, ugh, don't push this on me. And they do it casually.
I don't like musical theatre because I think it's one of the most pointless things that's ever existed.
That's just begging for a fight. What the fuck are you talking about?
I've had this fight many times.
So I love musicals.
You really do?
I really love
What's
them.
your favorite musical?
Alexander Hamilton. So my introduction to musical theatre was Hamilton. I've seen it 7 or 8 times live, right? The first time I
Can
ever...
I just say, just so you know, that's too much for me.
I just don't like how if they could say the thing, why they fucking sing it.
Sure. Listen, there is a suspension of disbelief that needs to occur. When you watch a movie, do you go, why are they filming themselves do this?
Where in the friendship are you allowed to say to someone, hey, your life is falling apart?
Yeah, when are you allowed to be a friend as a friend? Because there are a lot of people who are like friends with you that will like slowly watch you veer off the road into the guardrails and then maybe off a cliff. And then there's the friend that grabs the wheel. And that friend is the most jarring.
I think part of the modern day thing is like you don't do that to people. You don't force people to do things. Or it's just a fine line. To help someone with some of these things, you have to be a pushy motherfucker. I think my girlfriend would definitely credit me with like, I was like, you haven't been to the dentist in how many years? You're going to the dentist. But like, that person's not always fun to be around.
Yeah, exactly. And then you see the post on Reddit. Oh, my boyfriend, he made all my appointments for me. He made me do this, that, and the other thing.
And I told her, I said, you take down that Reddit post right now. I'm a public figure.
And yeah, it is a problem that is no one for
a lot of people.
For a lot of people.
I thought you'd do cocaine and you'd like just fuck like fast. It's like Wolf of Wall Street. That's what they show it. Like I think it opens with them doing cocaine off like a person's butt, and it looks fun. We went to her place, and it was like a really nice place. And she wanted to do it off her keys, but I was like, no, we got to do it off a mirror. You know, we did all these lines.
Mm-hmm.
We were about to hook up, and my heart started beating really fast.
Yeah.
And so I like Googled, has anyone ever died of cocaine? And it was like, lots.
Yeah.
Pages and I didn't even have to go to the second Google page. It was
most
right
of
there.
your heroes have died
most
from
of my heroes. There's nothing more humiliating as a man like putting a condom on like a sort of hard penis. It's like putting like bed sheets on a beanbag. Like it's just, there's nothing to really like hook it. You shoehorn it in there. You got to just like.
As a woman, there's nothing worse than a flaccid penis with a condom barely hanging on, trying to be smushed inside of you. I feel like that's the second name of this podcast is Gianmarco's lonely and his dick is soft.
What was the anniversary for 9/11 last year? Was it?
It was 9/11.
But yeah,
it was on September 11th. They're talking about changing
it. Always,
it.
But some years it's on September 13th.
No, sometimes it'll shift because of the leap year. So if it's a leap year, they will and convenience because the parade they're doing the all
I
the
always
floats.
forget the leap year.
Yeah, so there's like the Peanuts characters and there's always like commercial brands that are like the Pillsbury Doughboy and stuff like that.
Where
Or celebrate 9/11 with the parade.
plane flies into its belly and it goes hoo-hoo. But they always corporatize these things.
Yeah, sure. The plane flies into All right, just wondering. You know that I'm not a big conspiracy guy, but you know that there's video and film of the Pillsbury Doughboy at 9/11, Titanic sinking, Oklahoma City bombing,
Triangle Shirtwaist Factory.
Yep. East Village. Yep. Chernobyl.
That's why the Doughboy looks the way that he does. I think I like stand-up comedy so much now. I just like being myself. I used to go, I want to be this great character actor, and then I think I got to a point. I said, no, I don't. I don't want to have to put on makeup. Can you imagine every time you went to work? Just imagine this for a second. Okay. Every time you went to work, you had to put on a fake nose. You had to put on fake ears. You had to put on makeup. You had to elongate your fingers. Imagine having to elongate your fingers every time you went to work. You'd go, what's the point?
What am I doing?
What are you doing?
I would have such an existential crisis. It would get to the point where when I show up to work, I think about this thing.
And then you say to your friends, you say, hey, you see that video? That's me under all that stuff.
And they go, yeah, right, pal.
Yeah, and that kind of existence, to me, is not worth living.
It's sad, and honestly, when I see people like that, they're like clinging on to that. Not only is it just a gimmick, it's kind of like, what are you doing here, pal? Are you afraid that if you don't have a bunch of stuff on, that no one's gonna laugh at you?
When you see it, you go, this was not their dream.
No.
When they were a kid, they didn't think, if they saw this as a kid, they go,
what happened?
My stepdad, he never did it to me, but with my sisters, he would do, present your hand. They present their hand.
Pardon? Hold on. He said, present your hand?
Present your hand.
This Hannibal Lecter ass bitch. What are you talking about?
Present your hand. And then he would, it wasn't like a slap that really hurt. It really was about the shame. But he would do like a.
Wait, is he still with your mom?
No.
You got to get her out of there. This man, is he alive?
Yeah.
Oh, we got to kill him. That is crazy. Present your hand and then he taps it?
Yeah.
What a freak. You don't find that so freaky?
There's worse. Things could be worse.
I'm not saying there's not worse. There's totally worse. That's some freaky shit. That's crazy.
I found a toy in my boyfriend's bedroom. I was looking through his drawers because I was trying to find a pair of socks, and I saw a fleshlight that was modeled after a real person.
If my girlfriend had an Adrien Brody and it was like, oh, this is Adrien Brody's penis.
Yeah.
I think I'd be okay. I think I'd be like, I didn't know you were such a fan of
Adrien, of the
his
pianist.
body and of work. But now, if it was like my friend Douglas, first I think I go to Douglas and I say, I had no idea this was a side business that you had.
It's branded on the bottom, your friend Douglas.
Now, since we've been together like a while, every time we see each other, we don't have sex. Like, we didn't have sex this past weekend.
Well, he did. With the fleshlight.
No. we don't know that.
When I find out who it is, I'm going to be comparing myself to them.
Yeah. I
But
think
to be fair, he didn't get the whole body. It's just one very specific problem. He was dating my kindergarten teacher for a little bit.
Did he really?
And again, here's like another double of...
That's messy.
It was messy. But she was cool. She was a cool teacher.
That's very messy.
Like I was excited. When you're a kid, I was like, there was no downside of it. I never as a kid, I was like, well, I'm worried this is kind of disrupting the orders of my life. But then the way my dad painted again was that my mom had her fired from the school. Now, my mom says they were passing each other messages via my lunchbox. And one day she picked me up from school and opens her son's school box. Shit. And there's a message. Who knows what it says? I doubt it said, like, I can't wait to fuck you. But it was just like, she's like, this is wrong. And reported it to the school. And
they fired that lady?
They fired that lady. And my dad, again, painted it that my mom was just kind of just a bitch.
Just like these fucking what's wrong with this?
The fact that it's a kindergarten teacher is what makes me laugh about it. It's like, that is wild shit. Yeah.
I mean, those grades don't even matter.
Notes. Then we just need to get you through. We got to get you to read it and write and learn the alphabet. And you got love notes going in your lunchbox.
Nonce. Is that pedophile?
That's a synonym for pedophile, yeah.
Okay. Did you say it's a slur?
It's a synonym.
I thought you said a slur. I'm like,
it is
hey, you be respectful to that pedophile.
We've suffered a lot.
That's your guy's N-word.
Nonce gets thrown around too easily now.
Yeah, we've said it 20 times today.
If you like flags too much in this country, you get called a flag nonce. Because the US has sort of gone into this populist right-wing thing, there's portions of the UK which are right-wing which are doing the same thing. Because of that, a lot of people are like attaching the British flag to their houses again.
I've never understood that kind of patriotism for my whole life. First of all, America's too big to love it in its entirety. Whenever people get really patriotic, it usually is to kind of charge up to commit war crimes and feel okay about it. It's never like, we're American, let's help someone.
It defies, and it's true about you also, it defies everything I know about the world that you're not gay. Yeah, I'm shocked that
you really think that, like, because you know a lot of feminine men.
It's not about being feminine. It's about being. There's a charm. There's an essence. There's the way you're sitting right now. There's a lot of things. The musical theater of it all. There's a lot that makes me think we missed out on Gianmarco. He should have been a gay man.
Sure.
The community lost.
So I went through this. I guess you could call it a phase, but in middle school, certainly no one was out in my middle school.
Oh,
we had one teacher who was out.
Oh.
And one time he saw me dancing before a class, and he said, and this was like a sort of Christian Echoes private little school. And he said, Gianmarco, don't take this the wrong way. That's the gayest thing I've ever seen.
I don't think he should say that.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. But I was the closest thing to another gay friend he had at the school. Sometimes I see videos for these man camps.
Where it's like a guy being yelled at. I've seen this stuff.
They're being yelled at, but they're also journaling. I don't judge it because I went to acting camp. These guys did not get this. They never got to do the artist's way. And if we can rebrand the artist's way for straight guys and just change the cover and be like the real bros way, the dude's journey, suddenly they're in groups together journaling and talking about their feelings. And you're like, if we can bring it all the way, you'll understand that you just have not been given a space in society to express yourself. And those camps, I look at them and I'm like, this is theater camp for men in their 50s.
I mean, when you put it like that, I'm almost like, well, actually now I like the man camps then.
But maybe that's what happens. It's like at the end of the man camp, the counselor goes, just so you know, this was actually gay camp.
Yeah. I was liberal the whole time.
I was liberal the whole time.
Just get them at their most vulnerable and then screen Moonstruck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's something as simple as that.
I've only modeled once. It was during Fashion Week.
Oh, really?
And someone came up to me in the street and they said, are you over 6'3"?
No way.
And I said, yes.
No way.
And they said, could you do a catwalk today? They put me in a what's his name? Jesus Christ. David Bowie.
Yeah.
They did the electric thing over my face.
Way.
And they gave me an outfit and it was like, and now go on the catwalk and go around there.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Is your heart racing?
Oh my, well, it's one of those things you're like, how do I walk?
The whole time you're like, how am I walking? And then it's over.
It's one of those things you can't do it like without confidence or else it's definitely not going to work.
Oh, yeah,
so
you're
like,
screwed.
You know, who knows, but I'm swinging and
This is New York Fashion Week?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And this must have been a lower level show for sure.
Right.
Okay,
Yeah, it was like
Okay.
Aeropostale.
Yeah.
That's what they do to like 16-year-old girls who are really tall, like in the McDonald's parking lot in Kansas City.
What do you think of me? What's your least favorite? What's your least favorite thing about me?
I'm a very big fan of you.
What's your least? You have to pick a thing to be critical of.
I have to pick a thing?
If you have to pick a thing to be critical of, this is a safe space. Let's bring it back. Let's be the change we want to see.
Enough with the football. Your fan base is not interested.
The fact that you tried to pretend like you couldn't possibly come up with something, and then to give you a breaths moment and for you to have it loaded up.
I walked up and I iPhone it just said, "Bring up the football."